you want me to just go ahead, or do you want to say some words welcoming your fine
Now,
crew of women?
let me say a couple things and then it'll be your show. So I want to welcome everybody to our Tuesday night educational series. This is a public workshop. So we're sharing information not just with Shipper Circle community doulas, but with anyone else who wanted to find out about what we're talking about. Somebody's puppy is barking. Hopefully everybody received the info document on this workshop, and that's how you got in. If you're not a member of Shipper Circle, please consider making a donation to the evening, because that helps us do the work that we're doing and helping all kinds of families, but specifically families with low income issues, and also helping birth workers who are low income be able to get hold of information that they'd have to pay a bunch of money to attain. So we're here for the community in that way. And all the information on how to donate to us is in that info document. So please feel free. I'd love to introduce to you my wonderful friend, Cherylynn Thomas. And I've been blessed to know her quite a few years now. And she did a similar workshop like this. We did it in my garage in front of my house on a beautiful summer day. And it was so much fun. So I'm happy to have you back virtually. Cherylyn's in Nevada now. And I really support everything that she has to say. She's going to talk about the specific brand of oils that you guys can decide whether you'd like to be distributors of. And the focus, though, is how can we, and also how to get oils at a discounted price as well. Yeah. And we want to look at the importance of these oils in alleviating some concerns that our pregnant mamas and birthing people might have, and just being really good holistic health providers, knowing more than what's in the pharmacy for our clients' relief in health and well-being. So that all being said, I will turn it over to Cherylynn.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you invited me. I feel it's such an honor to be invited into your community again and to be able to speak with these fine women. I absolutely really appreciate you so much for this opportunity. I love women. I love doulas. I love midwives. I love babies and children, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity that you have extended to me to be able to speak to you for this evening. So I'm a mom of 4 kids. My oldest is turning 19 and my youngest is 13. My youngest, when she was an infant, would get recurrent fevers. And so I was like, I gotta get some help with this, because they were pretty high fevers. And the doctors just would only say to me, well, let's give her a shot of who knows whatever it was. And, you know, I said, this can't be the solution for what we are trying to do with alleviating her fevers. And so I went on a, path to find some answers for her, because that's what moms do. They find answers for their kids. And so I started doing herbs and went to several herbology classes, and herbology 101 and 201 and 301 and whatever. And all of those herbs were extremely helpful for her, especially the Echinacea angustifolia root, things like that. But then my sister introduced me to doTERRA and peppermint essential oil. I put it here. Peppermint essential oil, just a drop up her spine, in 15 minutes would take that fever down. And so I was like, what is this? I've been trying all these things. And, when you have to resort to medicine, nothing wrong with that. But if you do that, then it's like the Tylenol is every 6 hours and you have to watch the clock and all that kind of stuff. Whereas a peppermint essential oil, I could do that every 15 minutes or every, it didn't matter too much. So I didn't have to worry about what it was, and it wasn't a shot, and it wasn't something, it was the leaf from a peppermint leaf. When you rub your fingers together on a peppermint leaf, you get that aroma right there on your fingertips. That is the essential oil. And so they just extract that from the peppermint leaf and then put it in this lovely bottle. And there it is, peppermint essential oil to take my lovely daughter's fever down. That's where I got started using the oils and such like that. And now I do it as a business as well. So that's how I kind of got started and love it, and have been doing using natural things and doTERRA exclusively for the essential oils part for 12 years. So it's been super fun, and I love it. So I hope this is not too much of a fire hose. I have a lot of slides, 68. So take a deep breath, everyone. And out, release if you are a little feeling overwhelmed by that. I probably will not take questions along the path unless there's like an urgent one. I am happy to share this slide presentation with you, probably, you know, through a Google Drive and such. There's my son home from work. And so I'm happy to share that with you. I don't want you to feel like you don't, like it's a fire hose and then you can't, like, what was that all about? You know, that kind of thing. I would like you to be able to read through it at your pace and look over it again, that kind of thing, okay? So I'm gonna share my screen. And there we go. I'm just gonna hide us down here. Hopefully that's okay. I will not see the chat, so if you have a question, maybe it would be a good idea to just say, hey, Cherylynn, I have a question on that, because I won't see you because I lowered it down. All right, so essential oils for mamas, birthing, and babies. So you know all about, or I assume you do, I don't even know what your level of understanding and education is, but I'm sure you know something about the reproductive system, right? Because, oh, I forgot to say that for my oldest son, I hired a doula. For my second was a midwife, and my kids all ended up being C-section for whatever reason, you know. But regardless, I did also hire these lovely women to help with my family, especially when we first got started. All right, so the female reproductive system includes the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix, all those kind of things, especially the endocrine system. Ovaries secrete estrogen and progesterone, which are crucial for fertility, but also play a key role in a woman's emotional and physical health, as we all know, and nutrition and hydration are extremely important for that. Okay, so diving right into some essential oils that we have for supporting ovaries are basil essential oil, rose essential oil, and yarrow palm. Yarrow palm is like the herb yarrow, the flower yarrow, plus the palm part is an extract of pomegranate, okay? So all of those can be used topically. Did someone have a question? Okay. So, so basil, rose, and yarrow palm are fantastic for ovary support. You can apply it topically, and if it says on the side of the bottle that it has supplemental facts, then doTERRAs and only doTERRAs can be used internally. I don't use any other brands, and so I would never recommend another brand to be used internally.
Excuse me, somebody needs to turn off their mic, please. Everybody be muted if you're not Cherylynn. Okay.
I think we got it. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then for uterus support, celery seed is fantastic, as well as clary sage, which is commonly known. Jasmine, it comes in a roller bottle. It's already pre-diluted. And then this rose essential oil is called the Rose Touch, and it also comes already diluted. So those two that are in the roller bottles are already pre-diluted for you. But those are great for topical use over the uterine area, and also internally for celery seed and clary sage. For breast support, this can be like for just overall general breast support, or it can be for like a monthly cleanse if there's too much stuff going on in that area. Clary Sage, yeah, I don't know who's the microphone person.
Somebody's microphone is still on. We're hearing your
It
background.
was mine, sorry.
Thank you. Anyway, so and frankincense and grapefruit and pink pepper. And if you Google or go onto YouTube and do doTERRA pink pepper, and there's a co-impact sourcing video about that. It's fantastic. The story of these women who were essentially selling themselves for money and then switched over, and now they actually harvest pink pepper, and it's a really remarkable story. So look that up on your own time. But these 4 oils are fantastic for breast support, and even a monthly breast cleanse. You can do a couple of drops of each of these with fractionated coconut oil, and just do a monthly, or however frequently you choose to, breast cleanse. So for fertility, the oils that are fantastic for that are clary sage, geranium, rose, spikenard, and thyme. So in Nepal, spikenard is actually famous for fertility. And thyme is a really fantastic one that supports progesterone, and we will talk about that one again on a different slide later. So doTERRA is primarily known for its essential oils. However, the Lifelong Vitality, is actually our #1 selling product. So up here in the right corner, you see the Lifelong Vitality is the #1 supplement, prenatal vitamin as well, that I recommend, meaning this woman, Stephanie Fritz. She's a midwife and she has a book out. I'll show it to you in a minute. But she recommends for pregnancy. It's fantastic in supporting your body through pregnancy while breastfeeding. So it's just foundational nutritional health. So this one on the right side is the Microplex VMZ. It's a whole food nutrient complex. So this one, so if people are taking vitamins and you can, like, I don't know, the kind that they buy at the store, and you just, bang on them and knock on them, they're hard tablet types. Those are terrible for your liver. Don't take those. This one, you can open up the capsule and pour out the herbs and such that are inside. That is easily digestible and easily recognizable by our bodies. And so this one is a whole food nutrient complex. It's fantastic, easily digested, and very fantastic for your body. The Omega in the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the second one, has in it flaxseed, lignans, and pomegranate, and it helps to manage the estrogen metabolites from the liver. So the metabolites are like the trash, the garbage, the bad estrogen stuff. So it helps to manage that. It supports healthy release of sex and binding hormones. It supports healthy levels of progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone. And then the omegas are also really helpful in just managing the trash that goes into our body. It helps it clean out. So I would assume, I don't know, but I would assume that you would also be familiar with xenoestrogens. Those are like the fake estrogens that we come across in our environment. And the studies have been shown that now young women 18 years old to 25 years old are having estrogen levels of, menopausal situations. So it's very unusual for that to happen, but now they're having those kinds of symptoms with really low estrogen levels, but the high xenoestrogens, which is causing them to have kind of menopausal manifestations. So the alphas, and we'll talk about how to cleanse that out and take care of that more shortly. The Alpha CRX has in it milk thistle, which is fantastic for the liver, resveratrol, pomegranate, turmeric, and more in that. So the Alpha CRX, it supports the body's detoxification of those xenoestrogens, and it helps all that false stuff to be managed. It helps the body to clear the estrogen metabolites, the trash, out. It protects against free radicals. It's kind of goes around and scavenges for those and cleans them out. It protects against negative effects on the endocrine system and its disruption. So the way we come across these, estrogen is like if we're drinking out of plastic, if we're taking birth control, hand soaps are giving us false hormones, and even perfumes are significant hormone disruptors. So it's important to know that these things help to clean those out and that they're safe and fine to use and take for during the pregnancy. So this one is called the bone nutrient, and it's a bioavailable nutrient for men and women. Excuse me. And it gives for strength and overall health, and helps obviously with the weak bones, and if you have bone fractures or broken bones, or if they're growing individuals. I put a little recipe here for leg cramps. Bone nutrient is really helpful if people have those leg cramps during pregnancy. So here's a essential oil blend, restless leg relief, that you can create with Aroma Touch. That's a blend from doTERRA, Siberian fir, and copaiba and frankincense. Copaiba and frankincense and Siberian fir are really effective for pain, and Aroma Touch is really great for any kind of muscle or tissue issue, pain as well. And you put 10 drops of each of those into a 10 ml roller bottle and fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil. The FCO means fractionated coconut oil. Excuse me. So the bioavailable forms of the bone, forms of bone-specific vitamins and minerals are available in the bone nutrient. It helps develop and maintain bone mass, supports healthy bone density, helps reduce the risk of osteoporosis, and it's a great source of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. And it's for teens or women of all ages and phases of life, the bone nutrient. A companion to this is the phytoestrogen complex. So this is one that cleans out all of those naughty estrogens, all of the xenoestrogens, all the false estrogens, okay? So it's a natural form of estrogen. It's not, a synthetic or anything. It's a natural form, and it assists to balance, and not only a deficiency, but also an excess of harmful estrogen metabolites, the trash ones. It minimizes unwanted symptoms associated with the menstrual cycle, and it contains something called genistein, a fermented soy extract that promotes healthy breast tissue and brings balance to hormones in women and men. So here's on this right side are some so for example, if it's puberty, hormonal, or trying to conceive, then 1 capsule daily. Premenopausal, 1 or 2 capsules daily. Menopausal or post, do 2. And it's safe for pregnancy and breastfeeding, and that's from Stephanie Fritz again, from the midwife. And the genistein standardized soy extract is the good soy. It's not, sometimes soy gets kind of a bad rap. And it's not the GMO soy that's all the bad stuff. It's actually a soy that's very common to like the health history of the Japanese people, and it creates what's called a competitive inhibition. It has mild estrogenic effects. It contains no harmful metabolites, and it helps minimize the menstrual discomfort, promotes breast health, supports healthy release of testosterone. So the way that this works is it has something called isoflavones, and isoflavones work super fast, kind of like the essential oils, that peppermint works super fast to take down that fever. And the way that happens is because so the isoflavones cut in line. They say, okay, I'm first, and they just go around all the other things that are trying to go into that cell, and they cut in line first. So they get to those estrogen receptor sites, and they rest and lock into that going to try and show myself because, let's see. Okay, they lock into that so that it sits right into that estrogen receptor site so that it blocks it, not in a negative way, but in a positive way, so that it says, I'm full, I don't need more. So that's a really fantastic thing to have happen, so that your body and your hormone says, okay, I have enough estrogen, I'm full, and so it displaces all those bad estrogens, the xenoestrogens, go away and don't have a place to go. Okay. So to support the estrogen, so estrogen is the pro-growth hormone. It's the hormone for the first half of the menstrual cycle until ovulation. So it helps with mood, menstruation, bone, heart, and uterus. And all of these taller essential oils are diluted, and they are fantastic for estrogen support. So the magnolia, the neroli, that one flipped, I don't know why, but rose and jasmine. So those are really great, and those are for topical use. And they are fantastic. You can use them on all of the reflex points. So the bottom of the feet, the inside of the foot, if you know reflexology, where the uterus is and such, on the near the ankle. You can use them behind the knees, inside of elbows, behind the neck, behind the ears, stuff like that. All of those kind of reflex points as well, under the armpits, everywhere that's a reflex point, somewhere where it bends kind of thing, is really helpful for this estrogen support. And clary sage as well, but that one's not diluted. You can dilute that yourself with fractionated coconut oil, some other carrier oil, whatever. So estrogen drops. When estrogen drops, serotonin drops as well. So it's really important that we support our estrogen levels so that our serotonin stay up and we can have those positive moods and the drive and the things that we need. Okay. Estrogen support. And now progesterone support. That's for the back half of the month. So it's a sustaining hormone. It's a progestation. So progesterone, progestation. It's positive for the gestation periods. Support hormone levels in the last half of the monthly cycle. So these progesterone support oils, thyme, grapefruit, and oregano, are really good for the adrenals and for fertility. We mentioned that previously with the spikenard, that thyme was also good for fertility. So thyme, so in the order of importance, probably for these, thyme, probably number 1, the grapefruit 2, and oregano less so, only because it's a hot oil. And so this one needs to be diluted. And so use that one cautiously, and you probably should only use that one, 10 days out of the month, okay? So as stress, when we have a lot of stress, it robs our progesterone levels and it reroutes it to the adrenals, and it makes our body kind of think that, oh no, something bad's happening. And so it puts our body into survival mode. And we don't want that to happen. So we want to have use these oils as supporting oils, so to support the proper levels of progesterone. So testosterone support is our drive, our get up and go, our I can do this, our motivation and energy, plus the sex drive. Black spruce is kind of a new oil for doTERRA. A couple years ago it came out, and it's a really good one for that support. Patchouli, sandalwood, and ylang-ylang. So those are really great testosterone supporting essential oils. And they're great for men and for women, either one. So brain support is also helpful to moms who are having babies and things like that, as well as anyone else who has hormones, which is all of us. So there's this formulation, DDR prime, which was actually formulated to help our cells to perform proper apoptosis, the release of the bad stuff in our cells, and maintain and keep the good stuff. Frankincense and rosemary. All three of these formulations, well, the DDR prime formulation and the frankincense and rosemary essential oils are really great for mental clarity, for just releasing and and supporting a person who wants to move away from that mental fatigue. DDR prime itself supports uterine and vaginal health, supports progesterone levels, supports thyroid function, protects the brain, protects and enhances cellular and immune health. It has in it thyme essential oil and lemongrass, neroli, and a few other things. It comes in this kind of thing, a capsule, a dietary supplement, but it also comes in an essential oil, but it's a hotter one. So if you use it just topically with that oil, then you'll want to dilute it. Rose is the queen of essential oils. You can apply it over the heart for emotional balance. It boosts libido. It promotes openness and confidence. You can apply it to the lower abdomen to receive relief from menstrual discomfort, and promotes and helps with regular ovulation. It's also great for the skin. Clary Calm is a fantastic one for all things hormones for women. It's formulated, it's called on the side of it, it's called the Monthly Blend for Women. So you can apply this daily to the abdomen. It's for hormone balancing, heavy periods, PMS, cramps, hot flashes, and mood swings, all those things. And again, apply it to the inside of the ankle, that spot for reflexology, where it's super helpful for, supporting balanced hormones. So the thing that I really like about essential oils is the fact that they recognize what your body needs. So for example, if you are having heavy periods and PMS, it goes to those places in your body where it can help address those things. Whereas if you're a woman and that's older, like I'm 55, so hot flashes, I don't have them because I do other things to take care of it. But hot flashes, if you have that, then same thing, same application, but your body knows that you don't need it for your maybe heavy periods. Now you need it for something else, but it helps to just balance that out. Essential oils, because they're natural and plant-based and things like that, it's really helpful to take those and use those because our bodies know what to do with them. It says, okay, I need this because I have this hot flash thing going on. I need this because I'm having heavy periods. So it just goes and applies to whatever it is that's going on with your situation. Clary Calm has in it clary sage, Roman chamomile, ylang-ylang, fennel, geranium, palmarosa, and vitex, and other things. So it supports uterine and breast health, hormone balance, helps relieve monthly menstrual discomfort and heaviness, helps diminish hot flashes, manages mood, menstruation, and menopause. So it's a great monthly blend for women. Clary sage helps support the body into going into labor and after birth to help tone the uterus. So it's a really effective and helpful essential oil for all things mamas, birthing, and babies. You can apply it directly to the abdomen, or you can dilute it. Dilution also is just to also keep it so that it's, because these are really potent. So dilution is helpful to manage the potency, but also to help spread, to help it, get over that whole entire mama belly so you can reach all of the spots. So dilution is helpful for that. Fractionated coconut oil, just regular coconut oil, any other type of carrier oil is fine. You can apply it to the abdomen, ankles, or the bottom of the feet. The bottom of the feet is really helpful because that's where we have our largest pores, and there's I forgot the numbers, but there's so many of them, and that absorbs into our skin really fast through the bottom of our feet. We did a class one time where one of my friend's son had kind of something going on with his ear, probably an ear infection or something, but we put a drop of oregano essential oil just on the bottom of his foot, and within 10 minutes we could smell oregano coming out his ears. It's really quick, right through your system, really fast. And clary sage, as you probably know, helps to induce labor. So if you are, so after 39 weeks, that's when to use clary sage. But if you apply it at that reflex point on the ankle, I've had a friend who does that for her friends who want to have their babies like they're due, then she applies that clary sage at that reflex point. Doesn't happen all the time that the baby comes, but it does happen frequently. So here's a hormone balancing blend: 25 drops of clary sage, 15 marjoram, 15 geranium, 10 frankincense, 8 thyme, 5 cypress, 5 eucalyptus, 5 lavender, and 5 ylang-ylang. And then again, put that all of those drops into a 10 ml roller bottle, and then fill up the rest with the fractionated coconut oil. And you can apply that to the bottom of the feet and the inner ankle every morning and night before bed for hormone balancing. Right, so doTERRA is known for, so our #1 selling product is the Lifelong Vitality. And then we're known for our essential oils, and the #1 essential oil I think that most people know about from doTERRA is On Guard. On Guard is a protective blend, so I use it before we're coming down with something. So it protects us from getting XYZ 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it comes in a whole bunch of different things, from laundry soap to household cleaners to capsules to lots of ways that you can use and get On Guard for immune support. So these On Guard Plus Protective Blend soft gels, they're a great way to strengthen and maintain a healthy immune function when seasonal threats are high. So that's now. We usually recommend these when you're going on an airplane and things like that. But now during this time, anytime, every time, all the time, it's really helpful for boosting and supporting your immune system so it's strong. And it's great for both children and adults to use the Touch. The Touch is the one that's right here, that's the diluted one. And that one is really great for topical use, and you can put it on the, like all those points again, on the bottom of the feet, the back of the neck, etc. And the On Guard one in the middle, just the straight oil blend, can be used in a diffuser, in On Guard tea, just a cup of hot water, 2 drops of On Guard, and then drink that down for your immune system, or aromatically, internally, or topically. It's a hottish oil. It has cinnamon bark in it, so you would want to dilute that if you're going to use it topically. And then Stronger is from our kids collection, and I'll show you the kids collection later, but the kids collection, it's their own type. You know, kids 6 and younger and that kind of thing, they have a little bit more sensitive noses, and so this one is kind of an even more gentle type aroma for them. And then they can carry it with them to school in their backpack or wherever they're going. So On Guard you can take internally or apply to the bottom of the feet for added immune support. It helps moms and baby avoid viruses and bacterial infections. So it's a protective blend, protects you from those unwanted visitors to our cells. All right, so this is kind of our big overwhelming slide, but we'll go through all of these pieces one by one. So the endocrine system overall, and we'll talk about caring for our liver, pancreas, adrenals, and thyroid, and how that's important and helpful to our bodies. So for the endocrine system overall, it's directly involved with the growth and development, metabolism, nutrient regulation, and overall just homeostasis. That's just being even and balanced. It's a system of glands that produce and send hormones to targeted organs and tissues via the circulatory system. Essential oils can be very beneficial since they're circulated in the same way and profoundly benefit the cells they encounter in the process. And again, kind of like those isoflavones, they're fast. They get there first and they lock in. So caring for our livers, our liver. So this is, these are some products that help support livers, support the liver. Healthy liver function is the underpinning of hormone balancing. It's important that we drink plenty of water, and you can drink, lots of people love lemon essential oil in their water. Again, I never do any other, like please promise me you will never use other brands internally, only doTERRA. It's really critical that you know that these are certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. If you get one from the grocery store, the FDA only requires that 10% of that oil be lemon, and it can be anything else for the whole rest of the 90%. You have to know what you're getting. And so please don't put the 90% of mysterious who knows what into your body. So please only use doTERRA for internal use when you choose to do so. All right, so that's my soapbox on that. So Slim and Sassy is a metabolic blend. It hasn't made me slim yet or sassy, but it's super fantastic for metabolism. It really helps to cut the sugar cravings. And then Zendocrine is all things liver, but all things cleaning out all of our chimneys. You know, we have various elimination channels, and it's really helpful for all of those. The kidney, the lungs, the liver, the pancreas, the gut, the skin, all of it. So extra liver support would be Zendocrine Complex, which is different than this brown bottle. It's a white bottle, but it's called the Zendocrine Complex. And then 2 Zendocrine soft gels each day with slightly diluted geranium applied over the liver area. The liver is on the left side liver. And the liver is king when it comes to hormones, so really important to take care of our liver. The Zendocrine Detoxification Blend, which cleanses all those chimneys. It supports the adrenal function, like if we've received the panic and stress that we're so worried about things that we need to then our adrenals go down, our serotonin gets messed up, then it's really important that we do this Zendocrine Detoxification Blend to support the adrenal function. It helps balance those hormones, encourages healthy elimination of those things that I talked about, the gut, kidneys, liver, and heavy metals, and helps support with healthy blood sugar along with the Slim and Sassy. So here's what's helpful for the pancreas. There's Slim and Sassy soft gels in this bigger bottle, and all it is essential oil in capsules. So it's already pre-capsulated for you. So you can just do it this way and put it in your own capsules, or this way pre-capsulated. And then cinnamon bark is in the Slim and Sassy and the soft gels. And they're really helpful to support the metabolism, regulate blood sugar, and release the excess water. They're all for, you know, shrinking those cells that have, shrinking the fat inside the cells and shrinking the, and by releasing the water. So we've talked about adrenals kind of a couple of other slides, and here's one as well. The Magnolia Touch that we've seen earlier is really helpful, and you can apply that to the adrenals twice daily. And then Mito 2 Max is an energy and stamina complex. If you have drained energy, most people in the world now grab an energy drink or something, which is terrible for you. So don't do that. This is your replacement, Mito 2 Max. You can just take 2 capsules of that, and it's fantastic. It gives the energy boost that you need in a natural way. And then if you're having a mama that needs to get enough sleep, which is definitely most of them, then geranium and ylang-ylang are really helpful to supporting those adrenals so that we can get enough sleep. All right, so caring for our thyroid. Thyroid is really important as well for the endocrine system. And these 4 oils, kind of the bigger ones in the middle, are what we've commonly used for thyroid. So you can put 10 drops of each of those into a roller bottle, fill it with fractionated coconut oil, and apply it to the thyroid area 3 times per day. Blue Tansy is a newer one to doTERRA, so a couple of years ago it came on the scene, and it's also fantastic to support the thyroid. So even if you didn't want to make this whole roller bottle, you could just take a couple of drops of myrrh, a couple of drops of Blue Tansy, and apply it to the thyroid, and that would still support your thyroid. All right, so I mentioned that I would show you the book that's by Stephanie Fritz. She's called The Essential Midwife. Her book is I don't know. It's really fantastic. You can get it at aromatools.com, aromatools.com. Maybe, let's see, I'll type it in the chat. Oh, ding, sorry. So aromatools.com or oillife.com. You can get her book there, okay? All right, so what are the best oils for nausea in the first trimester? She recommends these. So cardamom, that's really fantastic. And on this, Harrison, excuse me. So on this right side, she says cardamom behind the ears and the back of the neck, as well as peppermint under the nose, really helpful for nausea. Copaiba soft gels, this is the Copaiba soft gels. Copaiba comes like this, but it also comes in an essential oil, and it's tree sap, kind of like maple syrup, but it comes running out of the tree just like the maple syrup does. They tap the tree, and so copaiba, and that's really fantastic for people who have kind of depression. It's helpful for people who have pain. 2 drops under the tongue for pain, but here it's also good for nausea, okay? Digest Zen is the essential oil blend from doTERRA that's helpful for nausea. Digest Zen is one that's, if you have diarrhea, it helps with that. If you have constipation, it helps with that. It's one of those, yet again, the essential oils are so balancing. Whatever your body, wherever your body is off, it just brings it back to balance, into homeostasis. Digest Zen is fantastic for that. I've had both situations, you know, where it's been either constipation or diarrhea, and not at the same time, obviously, but just been, it's really effective at bringing it back to homeostasis. Ginger oil, fantastic for nausea, fennel, peppermint, and those 3, ginger, fennel, peppermint, are in Digest Zen. So there's also this one that's the Digest tab, and the Digest tab is kind of like the same way you would use Tums. You know, it's a little capsule, it's a little bit chalky, but you just chew it and eat it. So this woman, I just put her initial S. doTERRA's Digest tabs are a godsend. I take one and the relief is almost instantaneous. I strongly recommend these for all the mamas out there suffering from heartburn. So when your mamas have heartburn from, when people are pregnant, they get heartburn. So that helps for that.
Mm-hmm.
No, there we go. I was like, I lost my clicker. All right, so this is the Nausea Tamer blend from Stephanie Fritz. 5 drops of each of these, peppermint, cardamom, lavender, and copaiba. And put them in a 10 ml roller bottle, fill it with fractionated coconut oil. And then you can just simply rub it in your palms. And then the way you do that is you rub it in your palms, and then you put your rubbed palms right over your nose, and that's your own personal diffuser. Cup it and inhale it. Just smell it in 3 times, and that's just really helpful to for nausea. Now, sometimes moms are sensitive to one or the other of them, so if they are, then just leave that one out. Each individual can choose for themselves what works best for them. Every single body is different. So the way we respond to things is different. And so just, use your judgment and use your intuition, and let her use hers as well. Okay, so here's a labor massage blend. 8 drops of ylang-ylang, 8 drops of clarisage, 8 drops of helichrysum. Helichrysum is nature's Band-Aid if there's, if you've cut yourself and you're bleeding, kind of like putting cayenne on it. Helichrysum will just Band-Aid it over, it will stop the bleeding. 8 drops copaiba, 4 drops lavender, 4 drops peppermint, 4 drops marjoram in a 10 ml roller bottle filled to the top with fractionated coconut oil. And you can use it as a relaxing, anti-inflammatory, and a massage blend during early or active labor. So that's the massage blend. Here's a peri spray recipe. 10 drops of copaiba, 10 drops of frankincense, 5 lavender, 5 drops of immortelle. The immortelle comes in a roller bottle, so you have to pop that rounded lid off. I use usually a fingernail file to get that off, and then you put the drops in that way. You can put it in a 2-ounce spray bottle with rose water or witch hazel, shake it and spray. And then sometimes Stephanie Fritz recommends just the 15 drops of immortelle diluted, and that's her second type peri spray recipe. All right, so for mamas who have postpartum depression, this is the Baby Blues Heavy Heart recipe, 10 drops of wild orange, 10 adaptive. Adaptive is a new blend as of a year ago, I think. And it's fantastic, just really calming, relaxing, helpful for ADD, ADHD, helpful for just any kind of person that needs really extra relaxive capabilities or experiences. So 10 black spruce and 5 melissa. Put all of these oils in a 10 ml roller bottle and fill it with fractionated coconut oil. You can rub again your palms together and cup and inhale that. And you can apply it again to the pulse points, including inside of forearms, back of your neck and ears as often as needed. It also makes a really great foot massage blend. You can give that to a friend or a mama who just had a baby. It's a great oil blend. And she has these in her book, so I highly recommend it. I don't get any royalties for that. It's just, she's just amazing. So now we're going to do more of the ABCs, which I had given to you earlier in the Facebook event list. So for Aroma Touch, this one's a really great massage blend. It's really helpful for muscles and tissue issues. General relaxation, you can apply it to the necks and shoulders. It increases circulation and reduces the varicosities. So cypress also is good for varicose veins. To relieve afterbirth pains and to helpful in avoiding toxemia. Topically only or aromatically. Balance is my yoga in a bottle. I love this stuff. I put it on the bottom of my feet, and then every day I'm a great mom because of it. So it's really helpful to keep me grounded so I don't go off the handle. So I really, my kids can thank me for balance. I'm not perfect. I go off the handle sometimes. So they know that I need it, and I recognize and they recognize when I haven't used my balance. So it helps to relieve nervousness and assists in emotional reliefs. You can apply this one gently to a newborn baby's spine. And it's such a beautiful oil. It smells like the forest. And it helps to aid in release of the trauma of birth, if there is a trauma. So you can use it also for diaper rash. It's very gentle, and for hemorrhoids. Citrus Bliss is a happy one. That's my daughter's favorite. It helps to feel more energized, to use it topically or aromatically. You can add it to a bath. When you add it to a bath, put salt or something in the bath, because otherwise the essential oils just float on top of the water. But if you put it with a Epsom salt bath or something, then it's really, the essential oil adheres to that, and it disperses easier through the water. It helps with postpartum depression as well. It's a super uplifting oil. Coriander for gestational diabetes or any other kind as well. Not any other kind, it's the type 2, I think it is. Use internally. You can put 3 drops in a capsule, and you can use this to help soothe menstrual cramps, applying it to the abdomen. Coriander. Deep Blue, doTERRA is known also for its Deep Blue products. There's a bunch of them. So this one on the left is the Deep Blue Soothing Blend. There's another one that looks just exactly like it, and it's called the Deep Blue Touch. Any of the touch oils are diluted, okay? So, but this one is the regular one, okay? And then the Deep Blue comes in the regular Deep Blue comes in a 5 ml bottle. And then we also have the Deep Blue Rub. So the deep blue rub is really helpful for, so the deep blue period is helpful for any kind of muscle or tissue issue. So when there's muscle pain, if we're moving, any kind of strain, that kind of thing. Back labor, apply it right on site for sore muscles, soothing for after birth pains. Stephanie Fritz, again, the midwife, she says it's safe to use for pregnancy and it's great to support the occasional strain pregnancy puts on the body. It's also fabulous for labor. Here's the Milk Maker blend. So that's 2 drops of geranium, 5 clary sage, 5 copaiba, 3 basil, 3 fennel, 2 lavender, and 2 Roman chamomile. You can put that all in a 10 ml roller bottle and fill this to the top with fractionated coconut oil. You can apply it to the breasts, avoiding the nipples 2 and 3 times a day. So the thing is, it's not harmful to the nipples. It's just then the baby's going to eat that. You know, sometimes the baby wants the mama milk and not the essential oil milk, you know. So generally, mamas will apply that after they've fed their baby so that it has time to go inside. You should only need this blend for 2 or 3 days to notice an increase, and then you can stop and use it again when you feel like it's needed or the baby's having another growth spurt. And if you use it continuously, you may want to make 2 types of it, one with the fennel and one without, okay? Because the fennel is kind of, she said it's helpful to use it for 10 days and then need kind of a break from the fennel.
So, Cherylynn,
yeah.
We are close to 8 o'clock. Do you want to take a 5-minute little or a couple of minutes little pause and maybe take one little question?
Yes, let's do that. I'll stop the share. And then
hello everybody. And I just wanted to see how everybody was doing. Was getting a lot of wonderful information and see if there was a burning question.
You're also quiet.
I know.
Super respectful.
They're very respectful.
Feeling great, no questions. Good.
So if everybody's good and if there are no questions, we can continue.
You can stand up, stretch your arms.
You can do that, definitely.
Twist your neck around.
It's the pleasure of being home.
Yes, put some peppermint on the back of your neck.
Anybody wants to run to the bathroom without missing anything?
Yeah.
I had a question about the Gerstein, the soy one, the one that was like a yeah, exactly, yeah. So I'm personally like allergic to like soy, like tofu and like stuff like that. I was wondering if that's like also something that would trigger like a regular, like a soy allergy to like, you know, the unhealthy, bad like estrogen, the xenoestrogens. I was wondering if I could still like, you know, try it out or something, you know, just for.
You know, I would, in my opinion, is to use your own judgment on that. If I'm allergic to something and I have a sensitivity to it, I tend to stay away from it. There's other things that you can do in its place. So I'd have to think about what those other things would be, but I would stay away from it and do the other things, you know. There's, you know, there's just plain magnesium, there's plain the coral calcium that you can just get at your herb store as long as you trust its source. Then try those things first probably before you jump into something that you have a sensitivity to. Yeah, because that one's not something you can dilute or you can like try a tiny bit. It's a capsule. You can, you know, open it, whatever. But I would, if you have a sensitivity to it, how sensitive are you, or what? For example, like I have become sensitive to shellfish. I love shellfish. I love eating shrimp and things like that. But now, you know, my tongue's was swelling up, and so do I want to eat that again? Probably not. Even though I love it and I see the benefits, it tastes so good, and but I'm not willing to do that because, you know, the risks are high when your tongue is swelling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Any other questions? That was a good question.
It was.
Yes. Buy a smaller place for all of us and
no, you go alone first.
Oh, alone first.
What happened?
I don't know.
Zoom is a strange world.
Yes.
It's a strange world. Okay.
Will the recording be made available to participants? I've been in and out due to restless baby.
Participants will, yes. The answer is yes.
Awesome.
Oh, restless baby. We love restless babies.
Yes.
That's the only kind there is, I do believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely don't worry about that. You won't miss anything if you have to, you know, be a good mother to your offspring. So if there's no other wonderful questions, please go ahead. Did you have a question, Kathleen? You're welcome, Lisa.
Okay. All right. I will go back to the screen share. Let's see. I don't know. I've got two of them open now, so I'm going to have to guess which one it is. Not that one.
Oh, no.
That's not that one. So I'm going to do a new share to the other one. There we go. That was strange that I had two open. Okay, so we did the milk maker blend. I already talked about digestin earlier, but it's helpful to calm the digestive tract, heartburn, morning sickness, flu, food poisoning, aids in birth, after birth constipation, internally or on the abdomen. This is, I have to be honest, this one is, not that I wouldn't be honest, but this one is not my favorite aroma because it has fennel in it and it's very like black licorice anise kind of aroma, but it's extremely effective. So it works, so I use it, but I just plug my nose. So that's how I do it. Elevation is a great blend. It's an uplifting blend. It brings happiness. It's great for postpartum depression. You can diffuse it. Use it topically, diluted, or in a bath. Add a few drops to the bath water when you just need some self-love. Frankincense is the king of essential oils, kind of like the rose was the queen. It aids in afterbirth swelling of the baby. You can apply it on the baby's face. To aid in the healing of tears, and inflammation after birth. Add to a frozen feminine pad before use. To aid in baby's transition to earth, you can diffuse it or apply it to the baby's feet. Frankincense is such a great oil for little ones and big ones. Geranium, to help soothe sore breasts in the first trimester, apply topically. For jaundice, apply it on the baby's feet. For balancing hormones throughout pregnancy and post-pregnancy. Very helpful for that. That was one of our ones for the adrenal support too. Grapefruit, to cleanse the body and help promote a healthy pregnancy. Promotes natural return to the normal weight after pregnancy. You can add a few drops to your drinking water. Helichrysum, nature's Band-Aid. It's wonderful. Use it to prepare nipples for nursing or heal sore nipples. It helps prevent hemorrhaging. It helps varicose veins. Varicose veins was also cypress in the aroma touch. Reduce discomforts of abdominal stretching. To regenerate skin and avoid scarring or stretch marks. You can apply it topically and dilute that one for spreading it as well. There's really generally no skin sensitivities with helichrysum. Lavender, most people are familiar with lavender, but it's helpful to a restful night's sleep. You can put it on your pillowcase. You know, your hair is actually a nice diffuser. You can put it just in your hair, put some on your hands and put it on your hair, and then you'll have a nice diffuser everywhere you go. It helps to reduce false labor pains. You can diffuse it in the air or apply it on the skin to aid in coping with postpartum depression. Combine it with frankincense and apply to a feminine pad to promote quick healing after delivery. That's what that one was back here, that on the frankincense that kind of fell off something. Add to a frozen feminine pad before use. Wow, that was kind of, I think I was missing the rest of the sentence over here. That one. All right, lemon essential oil, we talked about this already. It's most people really love it in their water. So when you put essential oils in your water, use glass, because plastics are not what we want to be doing because of all those estrogens that we talked about, those false ones. We don't want that. So use glass or stainless steel, and you can just put, I have grapefruit right here. You can just put a couple of drops in your water and then drink that throughout the day. That's easy use. Internally and drink with water, or you can put it in gel caps that you can get from doTERRA, or I get them from my herb store, but you can also get them other places on Amazon, gel caps. Peppermint for nausea and morning sickness. You can use it aromatically or internally. You can also use it topically, but again, it's hot, so dilute it. For headaches, you can put it topically to the crown or the base of the neck. Put it closest to the source of wherever the headache is. So if it's near the temples, put it at the temples, just topically. We never put essential oils in our eyes or in our nose or in our ears. Those are super sensitive areas of our body, so don't put it inside of those sensitive areas, okay? Peppermint does lower milk supply, so if a mama is trying to breastfeed and not getting quite the milk she wants, then no peppermint essential oil for her. But when she's ready to wean her child, then yes, peppermint essential oil will help to lower that milk supply. Roman chamomile to help calm and soothe a colicky baby. And you can apply it to the bottom of the baby's feet. I didn't put a dilution thing in here, but I can send that to you later. Serenity is my son's favorite. He just takes a roller bottle of Serenity, rolls it around his nose, and cuddles up and goes to sleep. So it's a fantastic one for calming and resting for times of anxiety, or just any time, or times like a pandemic. It's perfect for this time to promote a restful night's sleep, topically or aromatically. This one is not for internal use. Again, I told you if it has the supplemental facts on the side of the bottle, then it's okay for internal use. If it does not, then it's not. doTERRA also has a whole, well, it has generally three things of the baby products, but they're always out. Warning. So this one is in stock. It's the baby hair and body wash. Like I said before, those xenoestrogens are everywhere, and they're not good. They're fake ones, and they're causing all sorts of problems in our children. And so we want to have soaps and perfumes and things like that that are safe, such as essential oils. And this one has lavender and Roman chamomile in it, and does not have any of the bad stuff in the soap. It's all the good stuff. So this one's formulated for babies. There's also ones for adults and stuff like that, okay? So this is the diaper rash cream. So there's 3 options for diaper rash. One is this cream, and it has lavender, carrot seed, and tea tree in it. Shea butter and a non-nano zinc oxide. So it's helpful for the diaper rash. The other option is the balance we talked about. And then the third option is I often will make my own salve. And this is a really good skin salve. And it's 4 ounces of, I didn't think I was going to tell you this, so I'm just going to do it from memory. 4 ounces of first cold pressed extra virgin olive oil, and you warm that in a crock pot. And then you warm it enough, and then you put beeswax in that, turn the heat off, melt the beeswax, and then you add 2 drops of 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of the tea tree oil. And that's also a really good diaper rash thing, but it's also good for your skin and anything skin or diaper rash. So that's a good little recipe to have for that too. For teething, copaiba and Cyprian fir, both of those are really great for pain. You can apply it directly on the gums or along the jawline as often as every 15 to 30 minutes to soothe the gums. The thing that I love, again, about essential oils that I learned from my sister 12 years ago is that there's no, I mean, you can use these as often as you need to. There's no wait 6 hours and pace the floor and wait till Monday morning when we can go in and see the doctor. You can take care of it at home right now. And I just really appreciate that as a mom, being able to do that, to have solutions right at my fingertips and be able to take care of my children. So this is the kids collection that I mentioned to you previously. All of these are for kids. It has little cards on them that they can have so that they can know what this essential oil is for. They're all color coded. They have little carabiners on top so that they can put the color on top of the bottle, and then they can just carry that on their backpack. If you choose to go that route though, you'll have to like hot glue them on there because they tend to slide off. So hot glue them on so they can carry them on their cute little backpack, and off they go to school whenever we go back to school. Or off they go to their desk to study at the kitchen table, whatever it is. But this is the kids collection. All of these are diluted for children, and they can use them themselves, and they're their own oils. One of those in that kids collection is called Thinker, and it's 15% off this month. So August, 15% off is Thinker. And it's just really helpful for improving to how when experience feeling of sadness or stress, that they can have that on hand for them. So they can apply it onto their wrists or their hands to cup and inhale and breathe that in deeply for a sense of clarity and alertness, so they can get their studying done. Another one that's extremely helpful for people who are tend to get off track or lose focus is called In Tune. And you apply, this one's also 15% off this month. You apply it to the temples and the back of the neck. When you're doing something that requires concentration, you apply it to the wrists or the back of the hands, and you inhale that deeply to promote clarity. And you use In Tune at work to stay on task or when you're feeling tired in the mid-afternoon. So teenagers who kind of get off track, if they don't want their friends to smell it, they can just put it on the bottom of their feet, cover their feet with socks and their shoes, and off they go. Nobody smells it, but the effect is still there. It's really helpful. The other one that's 15% off this month is called Motivate, and this is a touch blend, meaning that it's diluted already. You can rub this into your temples to set your focus for the day, apply it to the back of the neck before giving a speech to instill feelings of confidence, apply it to the pulse points before a sporting event or other competitions. My kids put this on their skin somewhere. I don't even know where they put it. And then when I assign them their cleaning chores, then they feel like it is hypnotic to them and makes them do their cleaning chores. It's kind of, they just kind of like, yeah, I didn't motivate so I could do my cleaning jobs. It's funny that way. So I wanted to show you some of the kits that doTERRA has that you can, so the way you get the essential oils is you can buy them retail, which is the most expensive way to do it, so don't do it that way, or you can get out your own account. And getting your own account is very simple. You buy a kit and then your account is covered. So here's a kit that's called the Healthy Essentials Kit. It has the 5 ml Deep Blue in it, the Adaptive, On Guard, Digest Zen for the digestion of the constipation or diarrhea or whatever, also the nausea. Breathe, Respiratory Blend, Balance, Yoga in a Bottle, Be a Good Mom. Copaiba for pain and calming. It has peppermint, lavender, lemon, and it has this pearl diffuser. So that's the big bottle kit. These are the 15 ml bottle size, except for the Deep Blue is always in the 5 ml or a roller. With this kit, you get essentially, the big bottle kit, you essentially get Balance, Breathe, Lavender, Lemon, and Peppermint for free, because that's how they price it. They price these kits such that the 5 oils right there are for free. Here's the Healthy Start Kit. These are the smaller bottles, the small bottle kit. Digest Zen, Oregano, On Guard, Breathe, Deep Blue, Peppermint, Lemon, Lavender, Frankincense, and Tea Tree. Frankincense, the 15 ml bottle itself is this size, the bigger one, is $93 retail. So getting a 5 ml bottle in a wholesale account like this is pretty effective and very enticing. So you get a lot for that kit. And here's the Healthy Habits Kit, which has that lifelong vitality, our #1 selling product. It also has that deep blue rub for the back labor, and it has in it these 5 ml little bottles: frankincense, On Guard, Balance, lavender, and lemon. It also comes with PB Assist and Terrazyme, which I didn't talk about because it wasn't the focus of this class. PB Assist is the probiotic and prebiotic, and Terrazyme is really helpful for the healthy microbiome. We need enzymes in our diet, and this helps us to have those enzymes to break down the foods. All right, so this is the women's line that we talked about at the beginning, the bone nutrient and the phytoestrogen, the one that cleans out and scrubs out all of those xenoestrogens, and then the Claricalm. And this comes as either individually or together, and it's a fantastic line of women's products. Men can use it too, but it's fantastic for women. Okay, so that's kind of the end of that. Now I just wanted to go over a few things. So tonight we had, we're having this class, but I just wanted to let you know that there's 3 ways to share this. So you can do a class like this for your connections, your doula, midwife, or any other family, friends, cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever, and receive free oils from me just for sharing the opportunity to have a hosted class. You can, or you could enroll friends yourself and get some extra cash in your pocket, or you can build a team and completely replace or supplement your income. There's lots of different ways to share. I offer hostess gifts from me. I'll show you this in just a second, but it's a customizable little oil keychain sample with 4 oils in it. No, 8 oils in it, can't count. And the oils would be like for stress or for hormones, sleep, anti-aging, anti-care, and that's for when you host a class and you have people enroll in your class with their kits. You also, anybody who enrolls tonight, or actually I'm going to extend it not just tonight because it's later, but if you enroll and get your own kit, then I will send you a goodie bag. And usually I do it the same day, but usually I offer this goodie bag to people who enroll like immediately, but I'll extend that to Friday so that you can have some time to think about it and go over the presentation. So if you want to get your oils paid for and for free, you give your friend a sample of something that's a big deal for them, say sleep, headaches, digestion, pain, stress. Tell them 3 cool things about essential oils. They're faster, cheaper, more effective. Those are 3 things. Tell them 3 ways to use them, aromatically, topically, or internally. And then show them the kits and then the end. So it's not super hard. So sharing doTERRA just helps you bring hope and wellness to the people that you love in your community. This is why I do doTERRA as a business, is because I actually love serving other people, and I love making a difference in other people's lives. My son and I, we went to, this morning, we went to a food distribution place. It's called 3 Square here in Las Vegas area, and we helped 389 families receive boxes of food. We were responsible, my son and I were responsible for putting the eggs, what are they called? The liquid eggs in their vehicles for them. So we did that this morning. That was fun. And then a big fat thank you to everyone. This is when we did our class a few years ago.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to
look at you,
here.
Oh, look at how cute we all were.
I know. Isn't that fun?
How fun that you found those pictures.
I found them. I don't know what I just guess I found them because they were in with this presentation. I had images of, birthing and babies, stuff like that. And so I just, this is when I did that class. So I just decided to put this as my last slide.
That's totally perfect.
I know. I was happy to surprise you with that.
That was so much fun.
Yes.
And
Right.
Christina's there and Jenny. It's fun to see folks that are not there. Actually, one of the pictures to my far left, the lady there with the white shirt, that was my beautiful housemate and healer person.
This one.
Yes, and Sharon, she passed away.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's
I
sweet
didn't
to
know
see
that.
her. Yeah, it's sweet to see her there, though. Remembering happy times with her.
Yeah, for sure. I remember speaking with her. What a remarkable
Very
person.
knowledgeable woman.
Extremely knowledgeable. Yeah, I loved talking with her.
Yeah, we miss her. It's a nice dreamy picture of Mika. Mika was looking up, thinking of some dreamy thought.
I had another one where Mika wasn't looking quite dreamy, but then this cute child wasn't in it. So
yes, and Jen,
that one.
That's Jenny. That's her beautiful firstborn. She just had her third.
Wow, that's
last month. So it's so nice to see.
And this person she's blocking this person, but she's there in this picture. So
that's
I felt like
Christina.
That was Christina. Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't remember your name.
Christina's almost a midwife. She's almost at the end of her nurse midwifery training.
Ooh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, so I'm going to stop the share. So
you look so cute, Mika.
Do you remember that, Mika?
That was before I was your, hold on. That was before I was your student, Samsara.
Really?
Yeah.
Come by to learn about oils that day?
Exactly.
That's so cool.
That's the day that all of you went kind of ballistically crazy about the myrrh. You were all like, I want the myrrh.
You were loving the myrrh.
Yes.
It's great stuff.
Yes.
Great stuff.
Very useful.
Yeah, so do you want to check in? I will check in and see if anybody has any questions.
So I have a question. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, before something magically turned on the computer and started talking, and I was like, what is this and how do I turn it off?
No worries.
That happened.
It was crazy. So I was wondering, Cheryl, first, thank you. Thank you for the shower of information. I'm really, I have become more and more, I don't know, in love over time with essential oils, and certainly working with Samsara and learning from her. Also great uses. So I'm really excited. Thank you for sharing. I was wondering if you have any suggestions around like polycystic ovary syndrome or issues, or if if the suggestions just around like thyroid health and uterine health, or if there's anything specific that you would suggest or suggest looking into.
For the PCOS, I would have to look that up because, I don't know everything. So I would have to look that up, but there's lots of great books that you can look at as well. The Modern Essential is one. There's a bunch of them on those two websites I gave you, aromatools.com and oillife.com, that are really reliable and good. I can grab my book in the other room, we can see. But in addition, the ones for thyroid are the ones that I put in my slide. The myrrh, the lemongrass, blue tansy, clove, whatever. There was one more. Forgot what the one more was. And those are all fantastic for thyroid support. You can take those internally, or you can put them right on the thyroid area on your neck. That's good, and I would do that very regularly. Like I said, you can use these multiple times a day. The trick about using essential oils is frequency, not more. Okay. So you think, oh, just one drop's not going to be enough. No, it's just one drop frequently. That is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
And then for uterine support, those oils that I put in there at the beginning are extremely helpful for uterine support. And you can use all of those as well topically. Well, actually, most of them were roller blends, so you would use them topically, but there are some that you can also use internally as well. But the Lifelong Vitality, the supplement pack, is kind of critical for establishing a base of wellness and health. You know, how we eat, how we rest, how we manage our stress, how we reduce our toxic load, and then we do informed self-care, and then we get medical help for, you know, I can't fix broken arms, so I need doctors to help me with that.
Yeah.
So there's a basis where we start, and that is proper nutrition and exercise, rest, manage stress, and all those things. And so that's why that's why doTERRA's #1 selling product is the Lifelong Vitality, because of the basis of proper nutrition at the start. You know, when grandma, whatever her name was, hundreds of years ago, great grandma, somebody, was growing her garden in the middle of Illinois, the earth and the dirt at that time had far more nutrients than it does now. We have severe nutrient depletion. And so our day, 2020, we must supplement. We must take supplements. But please don't take those ones that are those hard capsules that you can't like break open, because those are not good for our liver. That just comes out yellow in your pee. That's all it does for you, turn into your pee yellow. So you need to take proper supplementation, and that is kind of the beginning. If you'll bear with me, I'll just run to the other side of my wall and grab my book for the PCOS thing, because we'll see if there's anything in that book. Hold on.
Thank you.
So I just want to put a word out there for birth workers that, you know, there's a lot of silly talk about essential oils and how doulas shouldn't use essential oils, and it's silly, stupid talk. Don't listen to it. It is important to know what you're doing. It is important to listen to folks like Cherylynn, and the book that she recommended is a very good one. And ask me questions. If you're unsure, you don't try anything with clients if you're unsure. You experiment with yourself safely, avoiding things that you're allergic to. It's the first good step, and then having that inner awareness and developing your own intuition around these things. Book learning, very helpful, classes like this, and then slowly trying things with clients. Lavender is generally a good bet. Pretty much everybody does well with it, especially if we're diffusing it. And you'll see me right away. If you have worked with me in birth, you see me using the clary sage, you see me with the lavender, and you see the mommies love it. Love it. It's very interesting too that I've noticed that with lavender, mommies in early labors love lavender, and then they get to a point where they don't like it, and that's a very often transition when they'll say, "Ooh, turn that off." Ugh. They don't want it anymore. So it's interesting. There's no science based on that. That's based on my experience as a doula. But I see that there comes a point when I want the lavender turned off, and they know that they're really close to having their babies. Hey there, Miss Cherylynn. What were you gonna say?
Yes, everybody's body is different, and sometimes you get enough, and then it's time to switch to something else. Your body knows. So it says for PCOS, a common endocrine system disorder among women of reproductive age, women with PCOS, I guess that's how you say, I was just telling us about it. Okay, so the things that it suggests are the cellular complex blend, which is the alpha CRX, the women's monthly blend, which is the clary calm, frankincense, clary sage, and ginger, topically and internally for all of those except for the clary calm, which is a blend. And then it has another page 333. Hold on. I love my books.
What book are you using, Cherylynn?
It's this beautiful one. It's called the Essential, there we go, the Essential Life. You can get it at those, but it's the, it's a fatter one. So
Mhm.
it's, I don't know, when it first came out, it was more pricey than whatever it is now. It's not that much. It's not going to break the bank, but it's, oh, so page 333 is this one. It's just telling oils, so I'm not sure why it's referring that. Oh, just related ailments. It's the women's health section page, and then this related ailments down here. So PCOS is in here. Okay, so those are the oils. I hope that was sort of helpful.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, this is another one that's called the Modern Essential, and Modern Essentials. That's another one that I like. This one was my first one 12 years ago. Well, maybe not this exact one, but this one. They come out with a new one of these every year. So this one's an older one, fifth edition. Now they're on like the 12th edition or something.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So if folks wanted to purchase anything from you that you've talked about this evening, how should they go about that?
Okay, so I will put in the chat, I can get to it. This is, sorry, it's hard to navigate. This is my Facebook group. You're welcome to join that. I put information in there. Everyone is welcome to that. You just request to join and it's join. And if it's not your cup of tea after a while, then just leave the group. It's fine either way. So that's my group. I'm on Facebook, Cherylynn Thomas. You can text me or whatever. 702-338-7019. That's my cell phone number. You can text me. My email is doTERRA. Is that. That's a lot of ways to reach me. So I would be happy to help you get what's right for you and for your budget and for what you're wanting to create. If you want to create an income, if you're not wanting to do that, if you're wanting to just get a couple of things, if you want a whole big kahuna of things, whatever you want to do, I'm totally fine with that. I'm not a pressure woman. I don't do that. If you wanted to host a class and get this lovely free doTERRA keychain with people who enroll with that, then here's the, well, you can't see them because I didn't put any labels on because they're empty, but those are sample bottles that are available to you to have, 8 of them after you host your class. And then a goodie bag, which I didn't bring out, but it has, the goodie bag has in it, so doTERRA sells lots of things. So shampoos and soaps, toothpaste, which doesn't have any fluoride in it, all of the a skincare line with no bad stuff, and all those xenoestrogens are out, things like that. So it's not the kind that's like edible. Some people go all the way to have their makeup be edible. It's not that. We don't have makeup, but it's not that far. But at the same time, it's got none of the bad stuff. So the goodie bag would have shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, a throat drop, and some essential oil samples, and those are goodie bags for people who do purchase a kit through me before Friday. Yeah.
Cool. So, any other burning questions?
Was this helpful? Was it too much? Was it not enough? Did you already know this? I had no idea who was coming, and so I would appreciate the feedback for how, scale of 1 to 10, how helpful it was, or what you liked the most or what you didn't, that kind of thing. That would be helpful for me.
I loved it. I thought it was super informative. I know we went by kind of fast, but it's fine because you're gonna send this presentation, or you're gonna put it in the drive anyway, so we can always refer back to it if we missed something. But I learned a lot. I've got like a bunch of notes here. Found. I love oils. Like I should show you my counter. It's so ridiculous. I have so many like little vials on my desk, and so I would love to like add to the collection. And I was learning stuff that I never like heard of ever before. You know, like no one teaches you about essential oils. It's kind of stuff you like have to learn yourself or like pick up from others' knowledge. You know, I've never been to like a class that was so informative about like what they can be used for. So
yeah, so it's super helpful. How do you say your name?
Zaria.
Zaria. Cool. Yeah, so that I'm glad that you enjoyed the class and having, you know, experience, and you learned obviously things because you took a bunch of notes. Way to go.
I just think this is a really, I mean, I appreciate the class very much. I mean, the only thing I missed was the possibility that we did last time of sniffing stuff, and that
Yes.
part. I wish we could do that, but in the future maybe.
Can smell
But I wish.
right?
Aroma Zoom, you know, that would be great.
Yeah.
And it's just really important to have that holistic bag of tricks available.
Yeah.
And in the work we do and in just living our own lives, I mean, there are other options. You know, medicine has its place. No one's being anti-medicine here, and there's other things too that are very helpful.
Yeah.
So it's good to know all of those things. Just as a woman, as a person, and as a doula, it's important to know all of the stuff. You know, people raising little kids, you know, there are things that, you know, can handle lots of the things that little kids go through without the side effects that other things have. So why not try them, you know? I love the empowerment part of having kids having their own oils.
Yeah.
Especially now when young ones are having a hard time, their whole little lives have been completely uprooted. And the empowerment of being able, I love the thought of your son giving himself the oil to go to sleep at night. It is such a good habit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he's taking care of himself, so he's not helpless to
Right.
make himself feel better. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Well, and they know that I have these books, so they go and they look up stuff, and you know, they usually will ask me, honestly, because they think I'm the walking book of everything. But they're kind of learning now that they're getting to adulthood and such that mom doesn't know everything.
We don't want them to know that.
Okay.
We want to keep it a secret.
Well, I wanted to, I guess, piggyback off what Samsara said. I have a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old, and I had started to do some like diffuser and essential oil and spray bottle for them, and I feel like coronavirus and the summer I've just been like totally thrown off. And so hearing you is like a reminder to myself for my own self-care, and also for them, because I know that it makes a difference. My boys sleep better when I put their diffuser on, or when I put some essential oils in their bath, or, you know, drop it into the shower on the shower floor, and it, you know, lifts up to them while they shower. So I appreciate that. I learn well through like storytelling and the visualizations. So that's really helpful. And I'm just excited. I'm like, oh, I have this I need to share with this friend, and this I need to share with this friend. So
Yes.
thank you.
I love that you all have like this doula and midwife heart that is a heart of serving your community and serving the women of your community, particularly who are birthing these babies and raising their children. That's what, to me, this is all about. It's not about, I mean, it starts with us in our home and taking care of ourselves and our immediate family members, but it extends way beyond that. It really is important and kind of a responsibility that we have to share this with others, because we are each called as service people. We have this heart of serving other people, and that's our role, our job, our responsibility, our mission. And I love serving other people. So I get so much joy and fulfillment from doing that. And I know that you in your profession, you do this, you feel the same interest, obligation, and calling to do that as well. And I just wanted to recognize you for being those type of people and how much influence you have for generations to come. So thank you for your work.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you. It's a good reminder that servant is literally what doula means. That's literally what the word means. And so that's why I don't have a problem with it. I think it's really important for us to be humble and be in service and to take good care of ourselves, take good care of our families, and take good care of our communities, you know. And that's why it's so important to have this information and for us to share it, not let it fall to the wayside. doTERRA is a reputable company. They've been around a long time now. And so I feel comfortable in recommending to my students to take a look at it and try it and see how they feel about it. And with all the silly talk about, you know, this nonsense about doulas not using aromatherapy, and I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. Maybe if you're using oil from the 99-cent store, I will agree with you. I do agree with you. Please don't use oils from the 99-cent store on your clients or on yourself, because you have no idea what's in there. And you have no idea whether it's a natural scent or where you're sucking in something that's going to give you cancer. So you do have to work with companies that have a high standard, therapeutic grade oils, you know, and especially if you're going to consume the oil, as Cherylynn was saying, you know, her personal confidence is in the company that she's been working with. She knows for a fact what's being sold. So very wise words there. Priscilla had a question that I couldn't read before it disappeared. Could you speak your question, Priscilla?
Sorry, my internet keeps freezing. That's why I typed it in.
It's okay. I can't. What was your question?
I was asking if there's any other recommended oil than the FCO, because in case somebody is allergic to coconut oil or something like that.
Yes, you can use any carrier oil and it's fine. So any carrier oil is fine. doTERRA has a really great one that's fractionated coconut oil, meaning that it doesn't have any scent and it doesn't go stale or rancid, and it always stays in liquid form. So this one is really great. It's a fractionated coconut oil, but you can also use like coconut oil, you know, the organic kind, or jojoba, or almond oil, or I use olive oil from the kitchen all the time.
I love
olive oil from the kitchen is fantastic for bruises and is a natural healer right there. And it's a perfect carrier oil. It does have a smell and it does go rancid. So you have to, you know, you can't be making a salve and have it last forever. But any carrier oil is fine.
I personally I'm like sensitive to, I know I'm like I have a whole bunch of issues, but I'm sensitive to coconut oil and like olive oil like personally, so I use like sunflower seed oil, and I think that would work well. It like blends well with other essential oils, and it's light too.
Yeah. Almond oil is very nice. I love almond oil. Like if I'm going to put oil on my face, because it is just it just disappears.
And usually the shea butters are also
love shea butters.
Completely good to use for a carrier oil, carrier thing, a thing that spreads and dilutes. Yeah. Don't use Crisco. Don't use Vaseline.
Don't use Crisco. Don't use Vaseline. I agree. Any other good questions before we say night night?
I have a question. Can I jump in real quick? My name is Davina. I saw this ad, and I'm really glad that I joined. I'm a doula in training and just trying to absorb all the information that I can. For me, there was just a ton that I learned I tend to stick to a few of my same oils, and so this is helping to expand. But I have my dad suffers from really bad migraines, and I'm wondering if there are some, I think that there were some, it was touched on a little bit, but would there be any recommendations for really intense migraines, like chronic?
How long has he had this? How long has he had this condition?
10 years
A long time.
plus, 10 plus years. Yeah.
So there's several things, but for pain, for that level of pain, wintergreen is good. Siberian fir, frankincense, copaiba, deep blue, marjoram helichrysum. All those can help with pain. You don't have to get all of those to help him with his migraine. So just a drop, like right here on the crown of his head, of deep blue or of copaiba and frankincense. Also, they can put copaiba and frankincense 2 drops under the tongue. You just, copaiba is like maple syrup sap, kind of runny, and then frankincense is from the resin, so it's tree sap resin, and then extracted from that. So you just put 2 drops under the tongue, like tip the bottle here, and under the tongue, like or within, sorry. So 2 drops copaiba, 2 drops frankincense, that's fantastic. Under the tongue, go straight to the bloodstream really fast. So those are some things that he could do for migraines. Beyond that, because it's been a long time, I don't know what his diet is like, but if it needs to be cleaned up, I would clean that up. No flour, no sugar, no bad stuff, processed foods. Only the clean stuff, you know, probably that.
Yeah.
That's
Like
always
the snack, so.
Yeah. No Diet Coke and peanut butter sandwiches.
Aw, man.
Thanks so much for, I appreciate that.
Welcome. There's lots of solutions, and everybody's body is different. Like I said, you know, some people respond better to deep blue and copaiba. Some people respond better to frankincense and whatever. My friend who is my upline in doTERRA, she has something called trigeminal neuralgia. It's a really severe, they call it the suicide disease, a really severe pain of the nerves. And so she started doTERRA because the frankincense was so effective. She just put a drop on her head and under her tongue every day, and she had no more pain just with the frankincense. Now she adds the copaiba too, and she does the copaiba and frankincense, 2 drops under the tongue and then 2 drops on top of her head, and her trigeminal neuralgia is managed.
That's amazing.
So with the time we have left, if there's another quick question, let's take that, and then otherwise we'll say night night. What a cutie pie. Hi, cute little person. Hi.
Davina, have we met before? You seem like a familiar face to me.
I'm not sure. I think I probably would have a ton more essential oil information if we had.
Probably so. Yes. Cool.
So I will just say, for the sake of the fact that this is being recorded right now, and it will be sitting on the Open Better Birth Foundation's YouTube channel. That's where you can find it later. Please go search for the Open Better Birth Foundation's YouTube channel. Please like us and subscribe to us. They're trying to build subscriberships and all that good stuff that YouTube people are trying to do. And it's important to say that everything you hear here is based on the experience of Cherylynn Thomas and experience of the individual people who spoke. The FDA does not approve anything that we said, and we don't care. But it's important for us to tell you that they don't approve any of that stuff, and so good for them and good for us, right? So no one's diagnosing or treating anything here, because doulas don't do that, you know, but we do share information. And we do share knowledge and historical wisdom. These oils have been with us since the beginning of humanity, have been used for certain things since the beginning of humanity. And that's all we're talking about here. So no doctor people should be getting upset with us, right? Right. I want to thank you again, Cherylynn, for a beautiful 2 hours of information. Please feel free to use all the contact information. Stay close to Cherylynn. Join her group on Facebook. I'm in her group. They're always having wonderful, interesting things that unfortunately happen when I'm doing doula stuff. So eventually I'll get in there. But so much wonderful information is being shared so you can increase your knowledge for yourself and for your work as a doula. Thank you and your beautiful family. Cherylynn, I'm sad that you're not in the Bay Area, but I'm happy that you're happy where you are.
Yes, very much. We'll connect again.
Absolutely. All right. So peace and baby blessings, y'all. See you next week.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.